So guys, we have some promo material that has just dropped as a synopsis for The Flash Season 9. This is for episode 2, and it hints at some pretty interesting things taking place in the episode, and episodes prior as well. So let's talk about it. Yo, what is going on guys, Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 9. Now, this is, I guess, the mark. This is, I guess, going to be the last week that we're going to be having before The Flash finally starts. That is right, The Flash is airing with Season 9, Episode 1 next week. Finally, it's been a long wait. The emotions are kicking in, and also it is also just very exciting stuff. Now, I do just want to mention that I will be doing a bunch of Flash Season 9 videos. Obviously, there is going to be reviews, ending explained, theory videos, trailer breakdowns, and I will also be sure to do a watch party for as many episodes as I can for The Flash Season 9, so be on the lookout for all of those. I will talk about the watch party in more detail as we get closer to the premiere date, but for now, I'll just leave you guys with these hints. But yeah, despite us being very close for The Flash returning to our screens with its 9th and final season, they are not stopping to feed us. We have some new promo material. As I said before, this is a synopsis for episode 2 of the season, obviously part of the Red Death arc. As I said, it hints to some pretty interesting stuff taking place. Obviously, it does hint to some stuff taking place last season, which obviously is going to continue. We were expecting stuff from last season to continue on this season. We do also have a Red Death cliffhanger to potentially speculate about, and just like, you know, returning characters and all of that. So much interesting stuff. So yeah, before I go over the whole synopsis and just break it down, you guys don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you are aware of more Arrowverse content coming your way. Okay, so as I said, and as per usual as well, I will go over the synopsis fully first. I'll read it all, and then we'll obviously do the breakdown afterwards. So the synopsis kicks off as followed. New kid in town. Barry feels guilty for what happened to Caitlin, and Mark comes up with a plan which makes everyone skeptical. Meanwhile, Red Death looms in Central City and commands that failure is not an option. Joe asks Cecile to make a choice which leads Cecile to think about the greater good. Allegra and Chester take a step in a new direction. Lastly, old friends pay an unexpected visit to Star Labs. So, a large portion of this synopsis is very interesting. The other bits I don't really care about. I'll barely talk over them. But obviously we're here for all the juicy and just, you know, interesting stuff, and we'll obviously theorize about all of it. So first things first, Barry feels guilty for what happened to Caitlin, and Mark comes up with a plan which makes everyone skeptical. What is this all talking about? So obviously last season, if you guys remember, we had Frost who died, and obviously Mark and Caitlin, they went through this dark path by trying to bring Frost back, and obviously when Barry found out about all of this, he didn't take it too lightly. He did something which was very harsh, but obviously he had good reasons for it, because obviously what Caitlin's doing is risky and just very dangerous. And obviously we have Barry like going all lightning mode and just destroying Caitlin's lab. And we were obviously assuming that Caitlin wasn't going to take this lightly either. She wasn't going to take a blow like that. And we obviously know Caitlin and Mark were still working behind the scenes trying to bring Frost back. And by the Flash Season 8's penultimate episode, or it could be the finale as well, Mark was the one that's like, I figured out how we can do it. Caitlin goes into the cryo chamber, and then we're left with a cliffhanger with something happening to Caitlin. So obviously, as all of us have already assumed, she's become Killer Frost once again. Now, whether this time the change will be like permanent or reversible, I don't know about that. I guess we will have to wait and see, but it will be interesting to see how this new Killer Frost differentiates herself with the old Killer Frost, and like, you know, will she be able to like turn back into Caitlin and, you know, switch in between? That will be pretty interesting to see as well. Now, obviously Barry would feel guilty about this, because if Caitlin's become Killer Frost again, then Barry's pretty much gonna go, okay, I'm responsible for this. I destroyed Caitlin's lab. This isn't something that should have happened, and it's pretty much my fault. Barry would pretty much blame himself because of that. As we can tell, something has gone wrong. So something's up with Caitlin. Maybe she's like, gone full on evil Killer Frost mode, making Barry even more guilty. That could be what's going on. But then obviously it goes, Mark comes up with a plan which makes everyone skeptical. Now I have no idea what this could be. I am assuming it could probably be to like find a way to maybe separate Caitlyn and Frost again, or maybe just completely reverse the change and bring Caitlyn back, which I don't think will be something that will work, because I would find it so weird that they introduced this new Killer Frost only to have it just be reversed again. That doesn't really make too much sense for me, at least. So I don't know what they will be doing in regards to all of those sorts of stuff. But next up, in terms of the synopsis, Red Death looms in Central City and commands that failure is not an option. Now, I shall remind you guys, this is in episode 2, and Red Death is already going around Central City and, I guess controlling the rogues and just saying failure is not an option. Maybe, we could have her wreaking havoc, we could have her like killing people and all those sorts of stuff. So this means Red Death is going to be the cliffhanger for episode 1 of season 9. So we're going to have a huge Red Death scene taking place in episode 1. So that's going to be something to look forward to as well. Now, obviously, in terms of Red Death's origin, will they take inspiration from the comic book, or will they do a different spin on Red Death? It will be interesting to see what they will do. It doesn't seem like they're going to be introducing the multiverse over here, as I've said in the theory video. So I am assuming they're going to do like a different spin on Red Death's origin, and I am really looking forward to see what they bring to the table with Red Death, and how threatening Red Death is compared to other villains we've had before. But yeah, Red Death will be in the episode 1 cliffhanger, and it seems like Red Death will be in a big portion of episode 2 as well, saying that she's already mentioned in the synopsis going around Central City. So it would be interesting to see what she does over here. Does she like actually go around, slaughtering people and just, commanding the rogues to do what they're supposed to do? Basically make Barry's life hell. We'll see. I guess we'll see. But it's just very, very exciting. I am getting excited just reading that bit alone. Now, the next part, I don't really care about. The next 2 parts I'm not really too fond of, but we'll talk about it anyways. Joe asks Cecile to make a choice, which leads Cecile to think about the greater good. This could be something to either related to Cecile's powers. It could even be Joe asking Cecile to marry him or something like that. I don't know. We know that Jesse L. Martin will only be in 5 episodes of season 9, so maybe something's going to happen to Joe which will make him leave Central City. Maybe something like that, or like a talk like that, is going to happen as well. I am not entirely sure. But the next part, I just don't care about at all. Allegra and Chester take a step in the new direction. So once again, just improving their relationship and all those sorts of stuff, which we've said it before as fans, no one really cares about. This shouldn't be happening, but it is what it is. But something to look forward to, old friends pay an unexpected visit to Star Labs. Now, who could these unexpected friends or just visits be? Now, we know only some returning characters that will be appearing for the Red Death arc, those being Batwoman, obviously played by Javicia Leslie, Hartley Rathaway, Jacob Birch, and Goldface. So those are the only old friends that we are aware of that's going to be returning within the first 5 episodes. I believe it's too early for Batwoman to appear right now. Obviously, we did see a lot of these characters in the finale arc for this graphic novel, so we know these characters will somewhat be returning. So it will be interesting to see which of the characters will be in episode 2, but I doubt it's going to be Batwoman. I'm expecting Batwoman to be around like episode 4, episode 5, somewhere around there at least. So it's probably going to be Hartley Rathaway. That would be my biggest estimate to this, but obviously I could be wrong. Maybe we could see an unexpected visit that wasn't confirmed, that we haven't seen through set photos. Who knows? That could also be quite a possible option But yeah, this is pretty much it for the synopsis and just the breakdown in general. So if you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Be sure to tell me in the comment section down below what you guys think about all of this as well. Be sure to tell me what you're most looking forward to going into the Flash Season 9. And also, just be sure to tell me what you're most excited for in episode 2 from the synopsis we've just talked about. I'm interested to see all of your thoughts towards all of this as well. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.